little interruption or gaps as possible, correct?
Yeah, so the transition actually will be quite important, which Rick will be able to give us a little bit more information on, coming from triathlon, which we saw earlier in the week. And actually, we do have a couple of athletes competing from the Philippines who competed in the triathlon competition, which, not to get confused, that was the swim, bike, run. So they've had a good practice on the swimming course already. They'll be swimming a little bit shorter today.
And the Thai athletes are the same way. These Thai athletes competed in the duathlon and triathlon. So a lot of newbies. I'm sorry, that's a term we use in our sport. Well, I was also the announcer for triathlon. We have a lot of newbies here today. And, well, really, they're excellent swimmers and runners. That's a given. But how much of a struggle will they have in the chute so that it affects their place in the standings?
Yeah, I know, speaking to some of these athletes, the shooting is a very new addition to their sport. So in the chute, so you can see some of the athletes warming up. They have 5 targets to hit. It's 1 target in front of them and 5 lights. When the lights are green, that means they scored a hit onto the black part of the target. That's a good hit. If they miss and hit the white, they have a red light. They need to get 5 green lights. Once they have that, the lights will flash and you can run straight into the swimming. However, if you keep missing, there is a time limit. After 50 seconds, 50, the time will expire, will run out, and then the athletes are allowed to leave the shooting range. No extra penalty. The penalty will be the fact that they have taken 50 seconds and probably lost time on their competitors.
Okay, so the more experienced ones, Heather, what do you think the average time they will take in the shoot portion?
Oh, Rick, we're struggling to hear you a little bit over there. I think we've got some dead patches here with the microphones. So the world record for the shooting at the moment, if I might be corrected, but the last time I heard it was 7 seconds. Now, yeah, that's 7 seconds to clear the whole target. Don't forget, between every single shot, the athletes must bring their gun back down to the table, reload, and their arm back up. So they can't just hold and shoot, shoot, shoot. It is very much a matter of shoot, reload, shoot, reload. And the world record, just imagine, that's 7 seconds.
So I'll just break it down math-wise for the uninitiated. If it takes you 20 seconds to hit 5 marks, it's like you have a built-in 30-second lead. Is that correct? Against the guy who takes the entire 50 seconds.
Yes, of course. So I imagine we will have some athletes, especially after swimming and running, that they will be really out of breath. Shooting might be a new event to them, that the 50 seconds could be very challenging. So if they take that whole time, some of the athletes more proficient, who are quicker on the shooting range, will get a significant bonus.
I'm here with the competition manager, Kun Vijit. Kun Vijit, is everything ready and in order?
Yes, we are ready to go. Welcome you all, ITO, NTO, TO, and all athletes from Asia and Asia. Welcome you to Phuket. We are ready to go.
Thank you, Kun Vijit.
That's what we like to hear. We're ready to go. So it's just the remaining few minutes of the warm-up where the athletes can use the shooting range, adjust their sights, practice transitions, and have another jog of the run course if they want.
Men athletes, anytime now, I will call you for introduction lineups. ITOs, get ready for the parade of officials. ITOs, get ready for parade of officials. Hello. Yeah, maybe it might be the test, test. Men athletes, please prepare for introductions. ITOs, get ready as well.
So in today's competition, we have 10 different countries competing in the men's event, 16 athletes in total. Arena, and we will introduce you in just a moment. So all athletes, all officials, please leave the arena.
Athletes, Chinese Taipei, please report. Chinese Taipei. All athletes, come on. Let's go. Chinese Taipei. Quick. Sukarev, calling Sukarev. John Chicano, where are you? John Chicano, please report. You march?
Yes. All together.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the technical officials of the Beach Modern Pentathlon men's event of the 2014 Asian Beach Games here in Phuket Island.
Now please, Rick, can you introduce our athletes, the stars of the show? Here we go.
Number 1, from Chinese Taipei, Ho Xiao Wei. Number 2, also from Chinese Taipei, Liu Shen Heng. From India, number 3, Pradesh Viraj. His compatriot, number 4, Patil Surab. From Kazakhstan, Sukarev Vladislav. Also from Kazakhstan, number 6, Tyrone Denis. From Kyrgyzstan, number 7, Kripchenko Byron. From Mongolia, Munk Erden Itgel. From China, Li Shu Tuan. Number 10, also from China, Zhang Lin Bin. From the Philippines, number 11, John Chicano. From Korea, Jun Wong B, number 12. Number 13, also from Korea, Lee Jun. From Thailand, number 4, Manchai Tanosak. Also from Thailand, number 15, Moonratsi Wuchai. And finally, number 16, from Uzbekistan, Yuri Galushko. Gentlemen, you are in the hands of the start official.
So athletes, you still have 5 minutes left to warm up. 5 minutes of warm up remaining. So amongst this field, we have a real mixture of athletes. You've seen the nations introduced, and we have 10 countries represented here today. And we have some athletes that this will be their first time competing in the beach modern pentathlon. Amongst the field, we have some seasoned pentathletes. We have some triathletes who've already competed earlier this week. And we also have some biathletes and athletes who will be training specifically for this event. So the athletes just having a final few minutes of warm-up, and then we'll be ready to start the competition. Now those of you who have just arrived and wondering what is happening here, this is the Beach Modern Pentathlon, and we are in the final few minutes of the warm-up. The athletes using this time to practice the shooting, making sure their sights are correct on their pistols, and trying to get their times as fast as possible. The aim of the shoot is to get 5 green lights. You can see some flashing above 7 and 8. Now, once you have 5 green lights, the target will flash, and you can start the run. Until all 5 lights are flashing, the athlete remains on the shooting range, attempting to clear their target. One green light means they have scored a good shot. Now, a good shot is reaching the target in the middle. You can see the black circle in the middle of the target. That is a good shot. If you see the laser pistol hitting anywhere else, it means the athlete has missed the target and they will have a red light. So until they have all 5 green lights or all 5 lights flashing, there is a trick there. If the athlete continues to miss, don't worry, they will not be on the range all day. They will get a little bit boring. After 50 seconds, 5-0, all athletes, whether they have hit their target or not, are allowed to leave the range. However, the world record, bear in mind, is 7 seconds to hit the target.
So I mean, it looks really, really small. I tried it yesterday. I think I got 2 shots.
And Rick, I imagine you weren't swimming and running beforehand.
So what are the things that will keep you from being steady? Is it the heavy breathing coming from the run, or lack of fall? What is it?
Now you'll see the athletes, those who are the good shooters, once they come through the finish line, well, what will be the finish line on the final lap, they will start to relax, and it's very much a matter of focusing onto the shoot. So some of these athletes practicing now, relaxing their arms and getting their head, their mind into shooting. They've just been exerting themselves over a 50-meter swim and an 800-meter run, and they suddenly have to reduce their breathing, reduce their heart rate, find a rhythm, and that's very much what the shooting is about. Those good shooters will have a very good rhythm, and they don't have time to have the shakes like you probably had yesterday, Rick.
All right, Heather, I think this is it. In another 30 seconds or so, I'm going to ask them to leave the shooting range and report to the start line. Gentlemen, the shooting range is closed. Please report to the start line. Please report to the start line. How about a hand for our participants in the men's beach modern pentathlon?
Now all athletes, please make sure your weapons, your air pistols are left open. If an athlete doesn't load correctly, or leaves their air pistol in the wrong position on the table, they will incur a 10-second penalty. So it's very important these athletes understand the rules. The judges are here with their stopwatches to back up any timing. And now just a few seconds as all our athletes gather on the start line. This is it. We are ready to start the Beach Modern Pentathlon Asian Beach Games Championships. So over to Mr. Starter. Take your marks. And we are off. It's a sprint into the shooting range. And this is where the athletes have to calm their nerves. They won't be out of breath yet, as it's a very short distance from the start to the shooting range. But you can see some of the athletes already 2 green shots, 3 green shots here in position 16 for Galashko from Uzbekistan. Oh, we've got 4 in the middle. Quite a few fours. Who is going to be the first to leave the range? And we have already got China and Korea, followed by Kazakhstan, another Chinese athlete. And it's very close now as they all head into the swim. Over to you, Rick.
Okay, we got Zhang and Li in transition, followed by Kripchenko and another Chinese, another Korean, and another Kazakh athlete. The Uzbek is here as well. And they're in the water. They're in the water. And the trainers are following. Here they go.
And Rick, you can see there's still some athletes left on the shooting range, but it's the moment is up. Some of these athletes only clearing 1 shot, but now everybody off the shooting range. They're all with you now, Rick.
Thailand, India, Philippines, Thailand, another Indian, and the Mongol are in transition. The Mongol is actually putting on a swim cap. Go figure, Heather.
Now that's interesting, as you announced, there were 2 Thai athletes heading into the swim. Now our Thai athletes and our Filipino athletes, the shooting to them is a very new sport. They will be looking to catch up a lot of space, a lot of time in the run and swim. That is the speciality. So they'll be hoping they can improve on their shoot for the next 3 rounds as we go.
Here they come, Heather. They're on their way back. They start on the left. They swim in a clockwise direction. They're headed back, Heather, and pretty soon we will have runners. Anytime now, they're about 10 meters from shore.
Okay, so in a moment we'll be able to see who is taking the lead at this early stage. The athletes
Sound system music, please.
The athletes have 4 laps to complete.
Korea out of the water first. Followed by number 5, Sukharev of Kazakhstan, followed by Zhang. Li of Korea, number 4. So another Chinese athlete, Li. So 5 people on the run course, 2 Chinese, 2 Koreans, and a Kazakh doing 800-meter run. So number 6, Jurin of Kazakhstan putting on his shoes, but number 7, Kripchenko, dashes ahead of him.
So we now have
of Kazakhstan is putting on his shirt. We got another Korean and a Thai and the Uzbek on the course. Wuchai of Thailand and Tangkonsak putting on their shoes. Chicano putting on his shoes. And number 8, Itgil of Mongolia starting his run. So our last 2 runners are the two athletes from India. Heather?
So we can see in the distance our lead pack out on the run. It's a total of 800 meters, including transition. So that actually means from when they leave the swimming until they reach the shooting range again, it is a total of 650 meters added on to the 150 between transitions. So shortly, we'll be seeing if we have a clear leader or whether it is still a pack of 5, as we saw who left the swimming first. That was 2 Koreans, 2 Chinese, and Rick, help me out, who was the other athlete?
Heather, nobody took advantage of the water station. Is that par for the course?
Well, I think actually it's not as hot today as we were expecting, and this is relatively a sprint event. It should only take about 20 minutes for our leaders. But now we have the pack of 5. There's no difference here. They've worked together as a pack. It is China and Korea who are taking the front 4 positions coming into the shooting range. And just behind them, athlete number 5 from Kazakhstan, Sukharev. And it really is neck and neck as they take their first shots.
All right, so our leaders have begun their second lap. They are at the shooting range.
So we have Jun from Korea, Lee from Korea. Oh, and Jun and from Chinese athlete, didn't catch the number, already out of the range and into the swim. That was very quick shooting.
In the lead, followed by Jun of Korea, 1 and 2. Another Korean coming in. He's in third. This should be Lee. Yes, it is. Lee of Korea, followed by Lee of China in 4th place. And in 5th, from Kazakhstan.
So, Rick, that's the competitive few who are out ahead. And I think this competition is going to come down to the shooting. Unless the athletes really fatigue and get very tired on the last couple of laps, it seems to be the shooting that is deciding our leaders at the moment.
Number 6 is solo member of the chase pack, Turin Dennis. Taking off his shoes, throwing it in the basket as they're supposed to, putting on his glasses, and he's in the water.
And we just have Mundrati from Thailand who managed to hit all 5 shots. Very good shooting from him, and he's going to see if he can use his strong run and swim to move up to the field. But now number 14, Munchai, also from Thailand, clears his target, and he'll be looking to catch up his teammate and make up some of those places.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how about a cheer for your local boys? Okay, the leaders are on the way back, Heather. That would be the Korean. What's
Come
his
on, Rick,
name?
who have we got coming out of the water? So we have Korea and China still in the lead. And it's going to be interesting to see if we still have a pack of 5 as they head onto the run course, or are we starting to filter out our leaders?
They're beginning to string out of the water, Heather.
Now we still have our remaining few athletes. It is athlete number 8 from Mongolia. There's a new team who just leaves the range now.
Jun is off. Jun has about a 20-meter lead on Zhang of China. So there's a 20-meter gap. The lead pack no longer exists.
So we have
Lee
of
of Korea,
and
30
Jun
meters
of Korea
behind Zhang. So it's 1, 2, 3 over about 50 meters, strung out.
Now that last shoot and swim really has started to make a difference. And don't forget, everybody watching, we are not even halfway. The athletes have a total of 4 shoots, 4 swims, and 4 runs to complete in total. They are now on their second run, almost halfway. So a lot can still happen at this stage.
Sukharev on the run course. And he's followed by his compatriot, Turin. So the East Europe, the former Soviet republics doing quite well today.
Now it's interesting you say that. The 2 Kazakhstani athletes are expected to be good at the shooting. They've both competed in Pentathlon for at least 2 years. So we would expect to see strong shooting from them, whereas some of the other athletes here, the swimming and the running is much more likely to be their stronger event.
Heather, Yuri of Uzbekistan had a very slow transition. He was passed by Ho of Chinese Taipei. And the 2 Thais are out of transition. So that the athletes from Thailand are doing really well. Let's go, Thailand! Oh my goodness, there are no Thais here today. Again, let's go, Thailand!
So as we can see, the field really spreading out now, and it's going to come into the shooting in just a little while as our leaders head back towards us on the run course.
Here comes the leader! Here comes the leader! Heather, to you!
Yeah, we have our leader coming into the shooting range now. It is, let me see, number 12 from Korea, Jun from Korea, who's taken a substantial lead at this halfway stage. They are exactly halfway. Can he hold his calm and keep that lead? As the next 2 athletes, this is when the pressure comes on. We've got the next 2 athletes from China and Korea and his teammate. So now we have Lee from Korea also joining him on the shooting range. And Lee of China, Zong of China. And out of the range, it is Jun. He's keeping that lead, and he's heading over to you, Rick, onto the swim.
This is the third lap of June, and he's putting on his goggles.
Now also entering the range, it is Sukarev of Kazakhstan. He's just dropped off the front group, trying to hang in there, and this shoot for him could be important. Like I said, coming from a pentathlon background, shooting should be one of his stronger events. But we have our lead 4 athletes into transition and onto the swim. It is a battle for the medal positions between those top 4. It's a fight between Korea and China.
All right, so it's Korea, China, China, Korea. And
now we
fifth
have Dennis
place
Turin
from Kazakhstan. Vladislav.
Our second Kazakhstani athlete in 6th place at the moment, it is Turin. And he's going to be looking to catch up on that gap, see if he can get in the mix of the medals.
Yeah, amazing how easily the packs break up, Heather, huh?
It really is. We have our first Thai athlete back into the range. It is Manchai of Thailand in position 14, who's just trying to see if he can hit the target. Athletes are getting tired now, and the shooting is getting that much harder. So we'll be looking to see who is out of the water first. It was still very close at the beginning, and we are past the halfway stage. 2 more runs, 1 more shoot, and 1 more swim to go. So we still have our last few athletes battling it out on the shooting range here. And another clear target for Galishko from Uzbekistan. He's off to the run. And then into transition for his second to last 50-meter swim.
Churev, Velushko, and Kiprenko in transition. In the meantime, June has left transition. Chicano, Tokangsak in transition. Wow. Heather, again, I repeat, it's amazing how these packs break up. After that first lap, they just strung out.
I know, and this is what's so exciting about our sport. It really isn't over until it's over. With the shooting element, a lot can still happen. If an athlete can spend 50 seconds trying to clear their target, in the meantime, some athletes taking 20 seconds, the positions can change.
All right, the 2 Indians are a little ahead of the Mongol. After the first lap, it was the 2 Indians in last, but they made up some ground. The Chinese Taipei boy must be having difficulty in the shoot. He used to be in the middle pack. He's not there anymore.
Now for India, this is a very new competition. It's their first time coming to an international competition. Really good to see India taking part in the Beach Modern Pentathlon. Padashi has competed in the biathlon before, in 2012 and 2013, the Biathlon World Championships, but the first time competing in the triathlon, these 3 events that make up the Beach Modern Pentathlon.
Liu of Chinese Taipei has entered transition and is now in the water. So a little bit of a gap. Nobody here, Heather. Oh, here comes
here you go.
the 2 Indian boys.
I've handed you some more athletes, and our final athlete leaving the shooting range, it is Mongolia, who's going to be chasing down